So we're not going to do like a typical prime time like Miss McDonald does. I called it that just so I can call it something and move on. So I'm going to run through some pictures of electromagnets and magnets because that's what we're moving on to today. So I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to name the picture, we're going to look at it, and then if you think it's an electromagnet, I want you to move to this side of the room. If you think it's a regular magnet, get up and move over here. That doesn't mean knock anybody down, it doesn't mean we're wrestling, we're just getting up and we're walking like young adults to one side or the other, okay? Are we clear on what we're doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Electromagnet, regular magnet. Can't be both. There's a few pictures, so we're going to be moving, okay? Don't hurt anybody. I'll try. JRB for. I'll consider it. Y'all remember this cartoon? No.
Yeah.
It's an old one. It's from when I was like a kid. Okay. Is that an electromagnet or a regular magnet?
Wait, which one? So electro's over here.
Yep.
Play magnet over here. Oh, magnet over here.
Shut up.
Right here. Oh, see it? This? Like the little, like your eyebrow? You get a haircut.
You gotta get permission.
I might get another one.
Excuse me, guys.
Look at that. I think it looks better with my hoodie. I'm about to get my hoodie on. Bro, I wanted to join track back.
Real.
Magnet.
Regular magnet.
Only thing I'm good at is track is like the car running. Look in the 100, I'm getting my shit.
Yes. Yes. Okay. That's right. It is a regular magnet.
Please come back to the center.
That's Jella Ramos. Help me down. Come on. Up the princess.
Train
I need princess.
in a junkyard that picks up big metal scrap and moves it from one side of the yard to the other. Is it an electromagnet or is it a regular magnet? This side of the room is going to be electromagnet, if that's what you think it is. This side is regular.
It's magnet. That's regular.
Is a junkyard crane a regular magnet or an electromagnet?
What you
Are you in the middle? Okay.
Ought to be
It is in fact an electromagnet.
Your fault, Levi.
Good job. Alright. I don't know if y'all know what this is, but
It's your fault, Levi. It's your fault.
I think it's a doorbell. What is that? A doorbell?
Honestly, I kind of just really good. Maybe just sit down.
alright, so a doorbell, like an older model doorbell that you find on Mimi's house, is it a regular magnet or an electromagnet? This is the regular magnet side. This is the electromagnet side.
I think it might be electromagnet.
Electromagnet is the doorbell at Mimi's house. Regular electromagnet. Alright guys, are y'all gonna die on the hill?
Yeah.
It's a regular magnet? Okay. It is an electromagnet. Yeah. Alright. Guys, y'all move to the center so y'all can see the next picture. Alright, have y'all seen the video of or whatever? This thing into the water and they pull up all these treasures. All these Guys, we're not wrestling. We're just picking a side.
He shoved me off.
She wouldn't let me off.
What did this side say?
Magnet.
This is regular magnet. This is electromagnet. Why
Why
do you think? Why is it an electric magnet? Why is it not an electromagnet? It is a regular magnet.
I wouldn't do this. Yeah, I'm a space Michael. That's me and you.
I mean, Michael's one.
Why do you think it's an electromagnet?
He gives everybody.
Well, I don't know.
But like electric.
We just thought. Okay. Is it attached to an electrical source?
No, but like
It's got a wire on it. It's got a wire. Yeah, that's just a rope. There's no electric. It's a regular magnet. It's just a stronger.
I like how we do the workout. Remember we didn't want to get taken.
Okay,
I like how
so what is this? What do we have in the next picture? A fruit
I
magnet.
did 40.
It says water and electricity
Coach
don't
when we
match.
Guys, are you paying attention?
Yes.
What is this?
That's a normal
A
magnet.
regular magnet. So, is it magnetized? I mean, is it an electromagnet or is it regular? Normal? Okay, it's normal. Okay. Is my corky butt magnet regular or electromagnet?
You have a corgi butt magnet?
Alright.
Yeah, can I get
You know
my
what this is? Yeah, we'll try it. We got two versions of the same thing.
Follow the crowd.
Does anybody know, guys, here. Does anybody know what MRI stands for?
Radio interface.
Just said mom. Why are your hair on here?
Magnetic resonance imaging. So
It's not electromagnet.
Is it an electromagnet or is it regular?
It has electricity.
So I want you guys to raise your hand. Has any of you guys, have y'all ever been in one? So before you got into it, when you stepped in the room, what did they tell you to do?
If you have medical supplies, it's trouble for you, and you can't grow. You don't have medical.
So if you have a nose ring, guys in the middle that are talking and not listening to me,
Hey, shut up.
if y'all have a nose ring and you get in this machine, what happens? It'll rip your nose. If you mess with the MRI, you can rip it out of your nose. Okay. So, right, it's an electromagnet. Alright, y'all can go sit down. We're gonna have pictures right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, guys, I think y'all back up here for a second. So last week, we went over some variables that affect the strength of magnetic and electric fields. Can y'all remember what some of them are? What are some of the variables?
Decrease distance.
Decreased distance, stronger magnet. Increased distance, weaker magnet. Decreased distance, more charge. Increased distance, less
Let's
charge.
start.
Right, so if we want to increase the magnetic strength, we'll move the items closer together, right? We can also get a stronger magnet. With the electric, decrease the distance, and to increase the electric, we can give it more charge. No.
What is
Oh my God.
Good.
What is that?
Someone.
Alright, y'all pay attention, because I am going to ask some questions about it. have chips. Okay. Alright, thank you. Shut up.
Hey, come on, dude. Silence. Silence from all.
Physics professors and insane clown posse fans. But magnetic forces are actually responsible for so many things that we take for granted in modern life, including that sweet gaming rig next to you and that phone in your back pocket. Now, for a long time, electricity and magnetism were thought to be unrelated phenomena. But as our scientific understanding evolved over the years, we found that electricity and magnetism were part of the same fundamental force called, you guessed it, electromagnetism, one of the four basic forces that make just about everything in the universe possible. Now, every electric current produces a magnetic field, from the tiny traces on your motherboard to huge high-voltage power lines that carry electricity across great distances. But this effect is usually weak enough that it's not obvious or impactful. So when we want to harness magnetism so we can actually do useful stuff with it, the conventional way to achieve this is to loop a wire carrying a current around and around many times in order to concentrate the magnetic field. Then, if you want to get really fancy with a nice strong magnet, you can loop the wire around a magnetic core. Iron is great for this. This is a pretty simple concept, but it forms the basis for many modern electromagnets, making the electromagnetic force an incredibly versatile tool, especially since you can control how strong the magnet is simply by changing the number of turns or coils of wire, or by adjusting how much electricity is flowing through them. But Linus, all I've ever seen electromagnets used for is picking up cars or scrap metal at the junkyard. How's that relevant to me? Well, for starters, that hard drive that's probably clicking away inside your computer right now relies on electromagnets to read and write data. It has tiny little heads that look like the needle arm on a record player that are really just small electromagnets that orient the magnetic domains in the spinning hard drive platter a certain way as it flies past to represent the zeros and ones of data. Though current hard drives rely on thin films rather than conventional coils for writing. Yay, progress. On to another example. What if all that computer use has led to some sort of repetitive strain injury? Well, your doctor might use magnetic resonance imaging, better known as MRI, to have a look at the inside of your head.
Miss McDonald?
Yes, ma'am.
I need Ray Sherman to check out, please.
Okay, it's on the way.
Thank you.
Which then actually give off radio waves that can be captured to form an image. And then, when you're done with your imaging and it's time to go home, the ease of varying the strength of an electromagnet, as I mentioned before, has even made travel via maglev train possible. Electromagnetics attached to the bottoms of these trains push the entire train up and forward.
Oh, that's me. If I did that. That's weird. Especially if you do it backwards.
You might think that magnetism, from the tiny traces on your motherboard to huge high voltage power lines, the way to achieve this is to loop the wire carrying for many electromagnets.
Ended as it was saying that it pushed forward.
It can be captured to form an image. And then, when you're done with your imaging and it's time to go home, the ease of pretend you did an MRI machine, you've still benefited from electromagnets, as they actually supply nearly all of the world's electricity. Whether most of your country's energy comes from coal, oil, hydroelectric, solar, wind, or nuclear, almost all power plants eventually convert whatever kind of energy source they use into mechanical energy. They use that to drive a turbine, which spins a coil of wire surrounded by a large, powerful, you guessed it, magnet. This causes an electrical current to flow through the wire, which is sent to the electrical grid and ultimately to your house. So while watching this episode of Tech Quickie isn't exactly the same as getting your PhD in physics, hopefully.
Okay. So, going back to the crane. Is it all three of them?
It's just the first one.
So going back to the crane in the junkyard, they use the huge magnet, the electromagnets to lift the cars. Why would they use an electromagnet instead of a regular
There's
magnet?
electric stuff in the car.
Say that again?
There's electric stuff in the car.
Okay. Anybody else? Go ahead. Raise your hand. Do you have an answer, or are you trying to get a sandwich in the hallway too?
No, no, chips.
Okay. Does anybody have an answer? Anybody have any ideas? Yes.
Face wrestling.
No. You guys are in the middle of a lesson. Get it together.
So why would they use an electromagnet instead of a regular? Yes.
You can control it.
You can control it, that's right. So while he's in the cab of the crane, when he picks up that load of metal scrap and he's moving it out of the way to drop it somewhere else, not on the junkyard dog, he toggles a switch to turn the electric on or off. So, talking about, did anybody even know that the maglev train existed?
I
You did? Did y'all know it goes almost 300 miles per hour?
I know I passed it, but like I knew it was.
Yeah, it's a new one to me. I knew something like that existed, but I didn't know why. So he kind of went over a little bit in the video why it does that, why it's so fast, and how they get it to work, but it almost levitates off the track. Why do you think, knowing what we know about magnets, what we've talked about over the course of the week, why do y'all think it's doing that? With the hat, tell me your name.
John.
Huh?
John.
John. John, why do you
Because
think
like the two like magnets are like compelling each other.
that? Repelling?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a possibility. What else? Go ahead.
Science.
Okay. What else? Does anybody have any possibility why? Yes.
In the video, he said it was also pushing forward, so,
Yeah.
I mean.
So he didn't give like a real scientific answer. He just kind of said it is what it is, right? So that's something interesting to me because I didn't even know it existed, much less that it levitated, reducing the friction. So I'm going to get a better answer for y'all, and maybe next week or later on this week I'll have something better. But I keep thinking, you know how the magnets repel each other when you put like the opposite ends together, like with the little magnetic stuff we get up here in the little lab. What about the doorbell? How do y'all think that works? Because the doorbell y'all were mixed emotions on. Half of y'all were kind of over here in the magnet, the other were electronic. Why?
Electronic.
Why? How does it work? Go ahead.
Electricity.
It does work because of electricity, but what inside it? Because it's not just electricity. If it's an electromagnet, it has electricity, but what else does it have in it?
A switchy thing that flips the magnet.
If it's an electromagnet, and it has electricity, what else does it have? A magnet, that's right. So how do you think that works? So when I touch this doorbell, just a little mouse in there goes up and rings a bell.
It's like physical touch.
So when I touch the doorbell, the button on the outside, it closes the circuit for the electricity, and the magnet pulls the hammer back and hits the chime, hits the bell. Now this is the old magnet that's on Meemaw's house, right? Like we don't really have those much anymore. So a ring doorbell, I don't know if it works the same way. I think the ring Ring doorbell, I think those are more like electronic only, but the old school doorbells like that are definitely the electromagnet. So we're gonna go down, we talked about some pretty complex electromagnets with the train and the crane and everything, so we're gonna do something and we're gonna break it down a notch, and talk about, this little simulation, and this is like a very basic electromagnet. So we've got a regular old battery, this is a D battery.
What is that?
We've got a copper wire. Why are we using a copper wire?
Because it has a bunch of.
Because it what? It's conductive.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know why they use copper instead of, I don't know, aluminum or anything like that? Go ahead.
It's cheaper.
Copper is a little bit better of a conductor
Oh, it's just a young one.
than other. So we wrap it around the nail. It creates electromagnetism. If I add 5 coils, so what we know is that if I add 5 coils, remember in the video when we showed you the inside of that motor and there was the big the big magnet thing, and there was like 5,000 copper coils wrapped around, right? So that big massive thing is in an MRI machine. So if I were to just do 5 teeny tiny little coils, how many paper clips do y'all think I could pick up?
6.
3.
Okay, 3, 6,
Got
5.
About 6.
Probably 4.
Like 6 or 7.
No, not that.
Could I pick up a whole lot of paper clips?
No, not as much. If you use more.
Okay. Could I pick up a car?
No. I could.
Could I pick up like a little metal thumbtack?
Yeah.
If I had 5 coils. Okay, let's see what we can do.
I could do it.
Okay, well, can you see the highlighted orange ones? It's picked up 3. Well, anyway.
It's not working.
So if I have, so our options were 5, 10, or 15 coils to wrap around the nail. With the lowest amount of coils possible, it's only gonna let me pick up 1, 2, 3 paper clips. So if we go back, and we go to 15 coils, now what happens?
9.
How many paper clips am I gonna be able to get?
9.
Using
9.
mathematical
11? What about if I just need 1?
use 1
Maybe you pick one up.
But if I have 15 coils, will I just get the 1?
No,
No,
because
we
it'll bring
should pick it
everything
up
else with
right.
it because it is power.
Right.
Cause it's.
I'm losing right.
If we can get it to work. Can
Can
y'all see, I'm sorry, it's not working today, but there's 27,000 paper clips on because we put the 15 coils.
27,000?
Yeah.
27,000?
I bet.
I'm testing this experiment. I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can
so now let's talk about it a little bit, and I just want you to turn to your partner at your table, not in front of you, not behind you, but beside you. I'll give you a little bit to think about it, talk about it, tell me what you think. And we've already talked about most of this stuff, so this really is literally a review, okay? So the question is, if we wrap the coil around a nail 15 times instead of the 5, would the force get weaker or stronger? Talk to your neighbor.
I'm pretty sure it never does like Should it be? What, should it help me? Or are you too good? Are you too good with spoken temper?
Right. You and your partner have an answer? This is a piece right. What's your name?
And then, Levi came out here to pair up with
Oh,
Dave,
okay.
so.
The sunglasses. What is it?
Braden.
Brayden, I'm sorry. Y'all have an answer?
He goes by Brady.
Pyro. repeat the question.
It's
If
on the
we
bar.
wrap the wire around a nail 15 times instead of 5, would the force get weaker or stronger?
Stronger, because there's more coils, so it has more electricity.
So if we did do that, we wrap the nail 15 times instead of 5, and you're saying that it does get stronger, how do we prove it?
Turn the electricity on. And with 5
But where is the proof?
Gosh, I wish I could go
On-
to my Sam's.
Give me your answer. The proof is in the paper clips, right? Because remember, with 5 coils, we only picked up 3 paper clips. With all the coils, we picked up 15,000, remember?
Yep.
That's the proof. So, y'all know what a steel beam is?
What?
Like you're building metal buildings, you got the big I-beams? Okay. If we wanted to lift a heavy steel beam instead of a tiny paper clip, what are 2 things we could change to make it strong enough?
Make it not a Duracell battery.
So you're saying what? I should use a generic battery? I should use a better quality battery? What does that mean?
Yes, change. You know the batteries with the little bloody rabbit on it? We should use those.
That's a Duracell, that's what we were using.
Oh, well, never mind. They're using that.
Okay, anybody else? Go ahead. Okay, what is your name? Naomi. So what Naomi is saying is that we can get a stronger battery. Or a stronger machine. Okay, if we put a stronger battery instead of that little piddly Duracell battery, how many paper clips could I get then? Could I lift up a bunch of paper clips? Could I pick up a steel beam? Steel beam. Yeah. What's the other thing besides the battery?
The coil.
The amount of coils. So if I were to pick up a steel beam, how many coils could I, what do y'all think? Just give me a number.
27 million.
27 million. If I had 27 million coils on a nail, can I pick up a steel beam?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the 2 things y'all are telling me is that if I get a stronger battery and I use more coils.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So, my last question is if you were like, this is so cool, I love this, I like to do science experiments, I'm going home and I'm going to go show my people at the house. You're going to recreate the simulation. You go out to the garage, you cannot find copper wire. You can't find anything metal. You decide that you've got fishing line. You're going to wrap the fishing line around the battery. You're going to wrap it around the nail 10 times. What happens? What are the results?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Because it doesn't conduct the.
It's not magnetic.
Okay, raise your hand if you think with fishing line, I can pick up paper clips, a car, anything metal.
Well, it depends if you wrap the fishing line like around the car, but it doesn't.
But we're talking about electromagnetics.
Yeah,
We're not talking about that.
No, I won't. Then.
Okay, so we're all on the same page that fishing line won't work, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not
Not thick enough.
It's not the right material.
it's not the right material. What material should it be?
Copper wire.
Something conductive. Okay.
John Holiday, was that you?
No.
Alright, so now I've got these little things and I call them exit tickets. And it's just a tiny little thing. You probably did them in elementary school. So, what I want you to fill out, it's 3 things you may have possibly learned today, 2 things you found interesting, and 1 thing you might still have a question about.
Well, you used to go like bone dog in the hallway.
Date.
He likes to go like this. He likes to like hit the door.
How much time do y'all need to fill these out?
Oh, just touch it.
Like 5 minutes.
Like 5 minutes. Are we all in agreement that we can do this in 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
How
10
about
minutes?
10 hours?
I think 5 minutes is good.
How about
About 6 or 7
Oh my
seconds.
god. Am I funny?
Jackson, you're still too good for Jackson.
Oh, Ryan said it. Wow. Like, is this better than my old hair?
Start at
Bro?
If you give it to me, I'm sorry.
Zilla. Can you give it to me?
I couldn't beat it again.
Oh, I took it.
I couldn't beat it.
I'm tired of being on the
I'll
desk.
give you $2 still.
Yeah, what is up with this one?
Watch that.
Oh,
Yeah, see, exactly what I mean.
What'd you say?
Oh no.
What'd you say?
Zilla, can you give me a
You're actually-
Zilla.
You actually tried to look. It is currently on my
Pencil,
pencil
Jill.
right now.
He's about to put it down.
For what?
I should have
Wait, what'd you say? Pre-start?
Zilla, it's not sharpened.
I like something.
I don't care.
My leg feels like it's on fire.
Oh.
You want me to
But it's not on
Yes.
fire.
Isn't it?
I can see your leg from here.
Because it's on
Your
fire.
leg is not spiral.
Hey, she's bullying. She's bullying you, man.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not even doing that. No, I'm not. I'm not even. I wouldn't.
Exactly what y'all were doing last
It's
time.
not, it's my eyes would get hooked.
I don't like that thing. Dylan, you don't like that thing? What are you supposed to be doing right now? That thing likes you.
I'm getting a pencil actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't do it.
It's pure fire.
Two things I find interesting.
Come on, man. I learned. Put it here.
This,
There you go.
My phone doesn't make that noise. Mine makes the argument.
Doorbells are electrics. Electromagnets. Electromagnets.
What if we only have two things we learned?
well, there's definitely more than 3 things that we learned, so you should have at least 3.
I already knew some of this stuff.
Okay, so then put down what we learned today. You should relearn it. Jeez Louise.
There's things you learn. Why don't you just find out something?
Put something down. I really wish I did.
Wish I had a free day.
Time to chill.
I wish I had a free needle.
It's not me though.
Squish it. Wait, does it say you go?
Read that down.
Yeah. Obvious.
Yeah, play it.
Y'all are gonna call her. Hey, see, Victor don't care about those.
Donald. Oh my God. Hey, Donald. How you doing? Well, let me get something. Try to get some.
There's a great self. No, you must not say if you can't say if you was.
What's the name of it?
Bowen.
Hammer. Hammer's left. Yo, what? What's that? What are you talking about? What's that? I'll count.
Yeah, we can do that, Jonathan.
Y'all turn your exit tickets in. Don't pass it on here. And I'll
Wait, are we?
Okay, I'll call back. Okay, I'll call back.
Levi Ray.
Nothing at all, nothing.
Well, I can't let you go.
Give me your paper.
Yeah. Do your bastard.
Why are we on my channel? How long are you gonna be here? I'm not even getting rid of
Oh my God.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna go through some of these. Oh, no.
No, wait.
Oh, you don't know it.
Hey, sit down. Sit down. Some of you guys were struggling to come up with anything, so maybe if you listen to somebody else's proposed question or whatever, then maybe y'all will have something next time.
Are you reading all of them?
Nope, I'm just going through a couple of them. So, the first one I have is, if a man or a woman has metal in their back, but they need a MRI, could they get it? So, the answer to that is, yeah. So what happens is, like, if you go in one, it's not gonna rip your spine out, right? So, a lot of it is a little too complicated to talk about, but if you had a surgery over 20 years ago to get rods in your back, they were made of stainless steel. So what they use nowadays is titanium, which has to do with the actual material. So it's like a non-ferrous magnet or something, and so it's not as magnetized as steel is, so it won't do anything. With the stainless steel ones, they were known to shift a little bit and be very uncomfortable. So yes, you could get one, and it won't be as uncomfortable. Now, if you got one in 1985, you may be a little bit uncomfortable, but y'all won't have to worry about that. Does that answer your question? A little bit, I hope? Because that's all the information I have about that. Can electric magnets pick up regular magnet things? So, what are regular, can you tell me better what regular magnet things mean?
It's not me, bro. I swear.
Jackson.
I swear.
Like the difference between electric and regular magnets.
Okay.
I learned like the differences between them.
Okay. Oh, so this wasn't a question that you still had. You're just telling me that you learned the difference between them?
What was the question that
It says, one question I still have, and you put, can electric magnets pick up regular magnet things?
Yeah. Can I pick them up? Can like electric magnets?
Are you talking about metal? Like an electromagnet? Yeah, because if you remember the crane in the video, they're just picking up scrap metal.
It's just a different way to
Yeah,
magnetize.
so a regular magnet, in theory, could pick up that, but it probably isn't strong enough to. Like, if you take a fridge magnet out and you put it on a car door, it's probably not gonna pick the car door up. The magnet would stick to the car door, it's still magnetized, right? Because it's metal. Yeah. So, yes and no.
Well, Miss,
Yeah.
so with the, like, normal magnets, you gotta, like, increase the size of the magnet to make it stronger, but for electromagnetic magnets, you just increase, like, the power that you give it.
It's
And
a combination, yeah. So like, I keep using the crane because I think it's a good example. The magnet itself is, this big around. And so it's a very strong magnet itself, but because they're running electricity through it, it creates a stronger field, but also they have the ability to stop it and start it, so he can pick up the metal here, drop it here, right? Does that make sense? Those are good questions. What if you use steel wire? Does anybody know? Could we use steel wire
You probably
It
could
might
have
not be as strong, but why would it work?
It's still conductive.
It's conductive, right. Alright, what else? How does the bullet train work? That's something I would have to get back to you on, cause it's a little over my head.
Yes, it's a positive charge, positive charge.